The first time I did it, I couldn't really believe I did it. They've tried to portray me like I was some kind of a creature, right? I was just like everybody else out there. Probably 99.9% of the time, I'm as normal as he is or anybody else is. But there's that 1% of the time or whatever that there's some kind of a problem there.
Lisa McVey, la joven que logró huir de su secuestro y luego logró que lo capturaran.
He was a monster. He is still a monster until the day he takes his last breath.
Lisa nació en 1967 en Tampa, Estados Unidos. Lo cierto es que nunca tuvo una vida fácil. Primero pasó por varios hogares de acogida, hasta que finalmente a los 14 años terminó en la casa de su abuela. Y ahí lo cierto es que empezó a vivir un infierno, pues la pareja de su abuela empezó a abusar de ella.
My grandmother's boyfriend used to put a gun in my head every time he molested me for 3 years. It was nothing new to me.
La noche del 3 de noviembre de 1984, Lisa volvía a casa en bici de su trabajo. Pero lo cierto es que aquella noche no era una noche cualquiera para ella, pues como ella misma explica, había escrito una nota de suicidio y aquella misma noche iba a quitarse la vida.
I had made my mind up that night when I came home from work that I was going to end my life. I even sat down and wrote my suicide note out. I left around 2 a.m. when I got off my shift. I remember being happy. I was happy. I know when I go home, I'm going to end my life. I was happy. I'm going to be free.
Aquella fatídica noche, Lisa tenía 17 años. Ella misma explica que iba a pasar por una calle oscura en la que había un coche Magnum quieto observando su alrededor. Pensó que a ella no le ocurriría nada, pero no fue así.
As I'm proceeding through the light, what caught my attention was a car sitting in the center of the parking lot of the church. I don't know why, it seemed odd to me. And I just kind of shrugged it off. It's like, I'll be okay. And I felt something just snatched me off my bicycle. I started screaming loud as I could be. I didn't know what was going on until I felt the cold steel barrel of a gun to my left temple. My doctor screamed at me, told me to shut up or he was going to kill me. I was trying to get a look at what he looked like, but I couldn't see what he looked like. And I remember that time saying, God, just don't let him kill me.
Sin embargo, lo cierto es que Lisa no se rindió en ningún momento, pues aunque tenía los ojos tapados, intentó memorizar y recordar todo aquello que le rodeaba. Memorizó el coche, memorizó las calles que pudo ver, incluso llegó a memorizar los escalones que subió para llegar a la casa de su secuestrador, todo con el objetivo de poder escapar y atraparlo después.
I remember thinking of my family, my sister, my brothers. What are they going to do without me? And I kept thinking, I gotta get out of this some way, somehow. I have to get out of this.
Lo primero que hizo fue jugar con la mente de él.
So I told him, I said, listen, it's unfortunate how we met. I could be your girlfriend. I could take care of you. And no one ever has to know. Reverse psychology, I guess. Coddling him like a 4-year-old child. It worked.
En una ocasión durante la noche, Lisa explica que pudo tocar el rostro de su secuestrador con las manos y a través del tacto empezó a memorizar el rostro de ese hombre en su cabeza.
At one time he placed my hand on his face. I saw his face through my hands. Top marks, small mustache, small ears, short hair, clean cut, kind of stouty but not overweight.
Y además se aseguró de que quedara constancia de que ella había estado allí.
I was putting my fingerprints everywhere. The vanity mirror, on the walls, to show the police I was fighting, trying to leave my marks, say, hey, listen, I was here. I was one of his victims.
Y finalmente se inventó que tenía un padre enfermo que necesitaba de su ayuda para ganarse su compasión.
I told my doctor that I had a dad who was very sick at home, and he's my world, he's everything to me. If I didn't come home, it'd just kill my father, and he couldn't live without me. I was his only family, living relative here. And then I asked him, why are you doing this to me? You don't even know me. He said he was just kicking back at women in general.
Tras esto, el secuestrador la sacó de la habitación, la metió en el coche con los ojos vendados y se la llevó. Durante unos momentos ella pensó que iba a morir. Aún así, decidió seguir recordando todo aquello que pudiera.
Everything that I saw, hear, touch, smell, taste, whatever, I would just store it in my memory bank. In case if I did get out of this alive, I can go to the police to get him caught.
I remember the car being loud, like it needed a tune-up. I remember the lights passing on the interstate. I could see it beneath my blindfold. I'm trying to see my surroundings. I'm trying to see where I'm at. I knew we were in interstate because the air sound changes. It gets strong. I saw 2 hotels. These 2 hotels were at the intersection of Hillsborough Avenue, He proceeds west. Interstate 275. I remember seeing a silver piercing, shining light hitting my eyes. It was the word Magnum on the dashboard. He decides to pull into a rear parking lot. Tell me to get out of the car. That Grace gonna get me here. He told me when I got out, I went to stay there for 5 minutes. I was frozen. My mind's racing. Should I run? Should I walk? Is he watching me? Is he pointing the gun at me right now? Is he gonna run me over by his car?
I took my blindfold off, and the first thing I saw was this beautiful oak tree. And I fell to my knees and I started crying. I knew right there and then my life was going to change forever. To me, it was a sign of new branch of life.
Lisa logró volver a ser libre. Pero lo cierto es que no pensaba detenerse. Sin pensárselo, fue a la policía. Empezó a contarles todos los detalles y gracias a todo esto, la policía se dio cuenta de que era el mismo hombre que habían estado buscando durante mucho tiempo. Una serie de chicas jóvenes.
He gave me a photo lineup, 6 pictures. I said, that's your guy. Just take your time. You gotta take your time. I'm telling you, that's your guy.
Su nombre era Bobby Joe Long. El 16 de noviembre de 1984 lo arrestaron. Un año más tarde, él se declaró culpable del crimen contra Lisa y contra otras muchas mujeres. Fue en 1986 cuando fue condenado a varias cadenas perpetuas y a la pena de muerte. Su ejecución fue en 2019, 33 años después, a la que Lisa quiso asistir.
I will be there on May 23rd at 6 p.m. I will be witnessing his execution.
Actualmente, Lisa es oficial de policía y oradora motivacional en Tampa con el objetivo de proteger y ayudar a los demás.
November 4th, 1984, Bobby Joe Long released me. I promised myself I would never live as a victim. Bobby Joe Long, thank you. Thank you for choosing me instead of another 17-year-old little girl. I know not on my watch will I let any child get hurt. And if they do, I'm going to be their voice and I'm going to be their advocate. I aspirated myself a long time ago to make it my obligation to be the voices of the women's lives who took too soon. Today, as I stand before God, the victims, and the families of the victims, I vow to carry on and be their voice. In memory and honor of the victims, Artis Wick, Lana Long, Michelle Denise Sims, Chanel Williams, Elizabeth Loudenbach, Karen Disfriend, Vicki Elliott, Kimberly Hops, Virginia Johnson, and Kimberly Swan.